So this is my recent shoulder workout I did this past Sunday. I think you're really going to be interested in it. So first I started with a heavy strength complex. This is a 36 kilogram bell. I did 5 cleans in a row. Then I moved on to 3 snatches and then 1 windmill. The reason why I do this is the majority of my training right here is based on these types of movements and connections. So I did them on both sides, of course, in just a couple sets. But I moved on. So now here's more of a... So if you notice, this is heavy strength complex number 2. I did renegade rows to clean and press, but I did 3 of those. So if you notice, the first one was more pulling, this one's more pushing. Now I like to alternate back and forth, no matter what I do, to keep less fatigue in the areas. So here, like I said before, the snatch and the cleans, working a lot more of the posterior chain. Here is the opposite. So now I'm going to give myself a little break and kind of focus. This is fun for me, is trying. I'm not a big fan of just juggling or doing flows, but things that keep my brain and my body more focused in a kind of the opposite. So this little quick jab, so you bring it up and with the other hand pop that handle around and catch it. So it helps me with focus on snatch and all that stuff, but just different. Now here's something I haven't done in a very long time. Just pull-ups. I really don't do much pull-ups because I had injured my clavicle, my clavicular joint in the middle of pandemic, and it was popping almost every time that I would do a pull-up. So I hadn't done it in a time. And I'm 225 pounds and, you know, hitting around 10. It's nothing crazy, but it's something I haven't done. Now, from go back to push. This is major for me. So I took the heaviest one I was going to do around 3 to 5 reps and try to keep as strict as possible. And it's a 40 kilogram weight. Ended up doing it on both sides for 5. Struggling towards that end, but that's the thing. If I'm going to do some heavy pressing, I'm trying not to use my legs. So, or a lot of lateral movement, but I am elbow very low, okay? So I'm going through a really full range of motion on the shoulder, and just what's coming up is what a lot of people were kind of shocked to see. Well, not really this one. It's just a regular bicep curl, but like I said, it's going back and forth. So that heavy press was loads of tricep work. So now I'm just getting kind of warmed up into this squat position. A lot of people ask why I do so much squats. Well, it's because I can get to this position, and it's a position that I like, that I do a lot of stuff in my day-to-day life. So having that mobility to stay there as I age is important for me. Now here it is. Eccentric levers in that position. It's kind of like the Sots. So you're pressing them up, you're lowering them carefully forward until you're about to not be able to control them, and then reeling them in. So a lot of people saw this and the next exercise coming up as something, they're like, didn't really understand it, haven't seen it before, easier to do when you're standing. Now here's a tough one. So the lateral abductions into the overhead. Why am I doing this in this squat position? Because it helps for Sots press, it helps for jerk, it helps doing everything, being strong in end ranges of motion, and I cannot cheat by using my body. That's the thing. If you do it too fast or you do it in a way that's gaining a lot of momentum, you're gonna lose your balance. So anyway, there was that. That was enjoyable. Now, this is much easier, especially with these weights, but a seesaw press. So I'm maintaining that stability. I'm doing a lot of repetitions here because 35 pounds isn't much to press, but it's not just the press. It's being in this position and having the mobility, once again I call it mass ability, the ability to move and use your mass. Alright, so now here's one of my favorite, an upright row with abduction. So this is kind of like my friend Chris Duffin's upright row, the Duffin upright row. Just a little different. I'm using lighter weight. This is still at 16 kilogram, but I'm bringing this bell up and out, thumbs up, out and back. All right, so it's really in those traps and shoulders. A lot of delts, not hurting, not impinging anything, just feeling really good. And that was my complete shoulder workout. If you like it, there's my little buddy tossing a ball. Like, share, and subscribe. Please visit kbmuscle.com.